y'all, it's Christian. Welcome back to my channel. I wanted to make a follow-up to the nursing video that I already posted. I think that was like the fall semester of my sophomore year, so 2 years ago. My career plans haven't changed. I'm pre-nursing still, but I will say that how I plan to get to where I want to go, that has definitely shifted a bit. I think I want to split this video in two. The first part would be me outlining what this whole process has been like, deciding that I want to be pre-nursing, and then what I had to do. The second part of the video will of course be informative, presenting the options that are already out there based on a recent informational session that I attended. If you're pre-nursing and you're a little clueless or might need some guidance, definitely keep watching this video. I originally was set on getting an ABSN or an accelerated Bachelor of Science of Nursing degree, and that was mainly because I thought that in order to be a nurse you had to have a BSN, like there was no other way around it. And so I was prepared to do that, but then when I talked to my mom about this, she didn't see the point of completing a bachelor's degree at Spelman just to spend more money to get another bachelor's degree at another school. I was second guessing the ABSN track. There are a lot of Spelman students and people in general who have gone down this path, so I'm not gonna say that it doesn't work. Shortly after posting that video, I was actually contacted by two Spelman seniors who are currently in nursing school, and they opened my eyes to a new pathway to get to where I want to go. I do ultimately aspire to be a certified nurse midwife. That is a highly specialized field of nursing. I'm gonna be in school for years. They told me about direct entry MSN programs, which are at the master's level. They are advanced, like the ABSN programs would be. You're not really supposed to be in school for that long. Most of them are 2 years or lower. Some can be 4 years depending on how much they're requiring, how much schooling. There are still some MSN programs who require you to get the ABSN, but it's in a much shorter amount of time. I would describe the time after finding all of that out as very transitionary. Soon after, the pandemic had started and I was very much over my biology major, so much so that I was prepared to change it. I was going to change it to women's studies. I had the packet. I was ready to go. Okay, it seemed like with the biology major I was taking a lot of courses that I wouldn't need, like physics and orgochem. The chemistry courses were getting on my nerves. Of course, I talked to my mom and she didn't think that I should make such a drastic decision. Even now, sticking with the biology major, I think I would have been fine. I don't think that it really would have been that much. In fact, I would have a lot more room to get all those prereqs out and enjoy my life, but that's neither here nor there. I made it. And I also talked to my ever elusive advisor. He reminded me that it's almost over and I was approaching the school years when I would be taking electives. These are classes that I would choose, I would not be forced to take, and I would supposedly enjoy my time taking them. Basically, I didn't change my major, but I really wanted to. I just really want to emphasize, and I don't think this is emphasized enough, if you're pre-health, don't think that you have to stick to a certain major. I know people who are English majors who are applying to med schools. It's really certain skills that you need to develop and connections that you need to make that'll get you where you want to go. The most important thing that I did during this process as a pre-nursing student at a school without a nursing program was research on programs. Typically, most nursing programs have a standard list of courses that they want you to take. That's what I was most concerned with because that's what I could take care of as a student at Spelman. Although there are minor variations for each program, most course requirements consist of your general chemistry courses, anatomy and physiology with lab, microbiology with lab, a human growth and development or lifespan psychology course, nutrition, a statistics course, English. Some might require general psychology and some might require biology. Some of these courses I was able to satisfy just by way of being a biology major and a general college student. I satisfied my math with the statistics course. Of course, I had to take English my freshman year, and luckily microbiology was able to satisfy a biology elective, so I killed 2 birds with 1 stone. But other than that, I did have to go out of my way to sign up for anatomy and physiology, which is a class typically found in the health science major at Spelman. Nutrition was weird because I signed up for that under the health science science tab, but apparently it's also a bio class that's offered every other semester. And developmental psych is like a high level psychology elective. I did have to get overridden into that course. So that's really what I mean when I say going out of my way to take classes. It's not found in my course sequence. It doesn't satisfy anything with my bio major. It's purely for nursing. I did have to do a couple of those and it took up room in my schedule. I'm still graduating on time. I'm still gonna have a pretty chill spring semester, but I do think that things could have been more chill had I not been signing up for classes that were satisfying nursing but didn't have anything to do with my major. Mind you, I was doing this with little to no guidance. 2 Spelman seniors, while that was very helpful in me changing my path, it wasn't all that I needed in like an advisor or a counselor. Taking these classes without really consulting with anybody who knew the best way to go down this path, it was a little daunting, and it wasn't until this semester that I was able to get in contact with people who help Spelmanites get into nursing programs. So y'all can imagine the stress that I had been feeling not having a lot of experience that will look good for a nursing school. The pandemic didn't help me getting any clinical experiences. Going into my senior year, I also hadn't done any research, but thank God I am in a research lab this semester, and I also had never done an internship. And all of this isn't because I didn't want to do those things or I was too lazy. I was literally like, junior year is my time to seize all of these opportunities. I posted a video actually about this time in my life where I just did not know what I was doing as a student and with my life, so watch that to get more context. But basically I didn't have a lot of things under my belt, so I was feeling really discouraged. What I have been pushing myself to do is to jump on any and everything that seems helpful to me. So when I saw an email about a pre-nursing informational session put on by the Health Careers program, I signed up immediately. At this point, I am a semester away from graduating. I'm really supposed to be applying for nursing schools in this semester, which I am. So I was gonna need a little more help than me just doing a bunch of Google searches. At first, when people ask me about pre-nursing stuff, I would refer them to the Health Careers program without actually knowing what they did. It just sounded like a helpful thing to say. They do a lot of preparation and training and mentoring for Spelmanites who want to go into several different professions. So if you're pre-med, pre-nursing, pre-dental, pre-pharmacy, pre-veterinary, all those things, there is most likely someone in this career program who can help you get in contact with the school or make your application better, make your personal statement sound more appealing. So after I signed up, I attended an informational session. So I will be reading off of the actual PowerPoint because there was a lot of information on here that I didn't even know about. So there are pipeline programs at Spelman for nursing. There are ones outside of the Emory one that most people know about. Again, it's kind of late in the game with this pre-nursing thing, and so I kind of thought that it would be a little bit too late for me in terms of what Spelman had to offer, but here I am a senior and I'm actually using all of the help that they're giving me. Just a few bragging points: Spelman is the HBCU with the highest number of partnerships, and there's a growing number of pre-nursing students with an over 90% acceptance rate. So there are a couple of things that you have to do in order to get this help. First, it's good to attend the informational session. There's also an internal application, and that's basically when they get a feel for who you are if they don't already know you. I sent in my transcript, the personal statement that I already had, and they'll help you make edits, so it's okay if it's not great or not recent. And what else did I send in? I sent in something else, but I can't think of it right now. Oh, and a resume. And it was actually really helpful. After that, you get a consultation meeting. They basically walk you through the changes that they want you to make, where you're already doing well at, and what you should be doing in order to make your application stronger. And then that's when you're able to transition to submitting a formal application. There are currently 4 nursing schools that Spelman partners with. There's Emory University in Atlanta, the University of Rochester School of Nursing in Rochester, New York, Augusta University, which is in Augusta and Athens, Georgia, and Rush University School of Nursing, which is in Chicago. The University of Rochester School of Nursing program is an accelerated bachelor's program for non-nurses. That's that ABSN option that I was talking about. I think I'm gonna insert a screenshot, so I'm not doing a lot of talking. You can basically see everything that's required. There's the Rush University School of Nursing. That one is an MSN for non-nursing, and it's a clinical nurse leader program. Augusta University Emory is also a master's level program for clinical nurse leaders, and Emory has 3 different options that you can do. There's a dual degree option where you can get your bachelor's of arts or science at Spelman for 3 years, and then you do 2 years at Emory getting your BSN. There's the ABSN option in which you spend 4 years at Spelman and then you're in an accelerated program for a little over a year, and then the last option is an accelerated BSN MSN program over the span of 4 years. I think all of these programs have the same requirements, so I'll just insert the one screenshot so you're getting all of the information. I'm not sure if after I post this video and in the years to come, 1, that the nursing major will come back, and 2, if there will be more partnerships. I'm just sharing what's currently out there and what has been made available to me. I did have a question about if I could continue applying to schools outside of the pipeline programs, and I am able to do that. Definitely don't think that your options are limited to what's here. I just think that this is a great in-house option where you get a lot of help, especially if you're doing most of this research on your own. As of right now, in September 2021, I am just doing things that would strengthen my application. I am in the process of applying. I have not received an acceptance yet because I haven't actually applied to anything yet. I'm also volunteering. I mentioned that I'm doing research. Yeah, it's an ongoing process. Learning more information and having access to these resources has really helped me, and I hope that it'll help a lot more people who have been in this position. I really do hope that the nursing program comes back. I don't recommend doing all of this on your own. I've been asked where my advisor was. As I said, they kind of elusive. I will share as news comes out and as I learn more things, but I hope this video was informative and I hope it helps any pre-nursing Spelman student. Until my next video, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.